Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick update on just where I'm going with the dash stuff, because I know a lot of the guys, or you guys that are on YouTube, probably haven't seen the concept work that I've been posting on the Facebook page. So there's a lot of stuff that I do on Facebook, where we have basically daily discussions on ideas and things, and some of the helps determine some of the direction for the car and where I take things. So it's nice to communicate with people and get ideas and their thoughts and stuff, because it's going to be you guys buying this thing. So what you guys say really makes a difference on a project like this, and so what I have is some of these concepts that are just wonderful, and done by Mr. Danny Chang, and he's really been helping out with taking the ideas and some of the direction that I want to go in with the dash, and then putting it onto paper and really showing how it's going to look, and that helps me really decide on which direction to go with some of these crazy thoughts in my brain. So so it's really helpful. It saves a lot of time, and it's a lot better than me taking a thought and trying to put it into CAD and tweaking it for a month before I decide to do it or not. So this is great. I love it. And let's see, I'm trying to figure out exactly where to start with this. Okay, so all right, so what you guys have seen in the last video or so is just me kind of starting to mock up the dash in the clay. And this is this rendering here will kind of give you an idea of the direction that we're going. It's kind of a combination between this and this. So the gauge cluster will probably be more like this. I mean, it's basically the same over here. It's a slight difference to it, but it'll be more like this. And then the center console will be more like this rather than like this. And then of course you guys have seen the gauge, I mean not gauge, but the AC vents. And this is an idea, of how the AC vents are laying in. So what you see right there, and I hope this is all in focus. Gosh, I hope. So sorry if it's not, but so yeah, so there's the AC vent, and then here's the AC vent over here. It kind of gives you an idea of what we're going for, and how it's supposed to look. And there's going to be a recessed area over here. You can't really see it in this picture that much, but I'm going to recess this area a bit. And this is just it's kind of a retro simplistic design with minimal gauges, and essentially all the gauges that this thing will have that are real gauges will be the tach and the speedo. So everything else will be displayed on like a touchpad device that plugs in to the center console, or that may become like just a fixed LCD or OLED type screen or something like that, and all that. So essentially, the idea is just keep everything very minimal, kind of a minimalistic concept. And we'll just have the two gauges, some few little hidden idiot lights and stuff for turn signal and buckle your seatbelt type stuff. And then everything else will be displayed on the screen. So if you want to see what your oil pressure is, you go here. You want to see your exhaust gas temperature, or just, whatever you want. It's going to be displayed on this thing in the center console. Then this black space down here, which really isn't drawn in, is just where all the AC controls and extra switches and things like that will be. Then this is the shifter, and how the console will be in the center. Kind of an idea of a door panel concept. Everything's going to be like a dark double stitched leather, and then I'll be offset with a lighter, more tan leather. So you'll have your kind of rugged double stitched leather for the majority of the dash, and then we'll have a nice soft lighter leather that's just a little bit more refined to add a nice kind of exotic type touch or feel to it. So so that's kind of the idea. And here you can see parts of the chassis and roll cage and all that. So the idea is to leave some of that race car stuff visible when you get in the car. So you're surrounded by almost a luxurious, you know, simplistic, I guess, interior concept with race components that are displayed too. So it kind of, you know, appeals to all the senses, I hope. And it's not just all luxury and over complicated. You know, a lot of these new cars these days just have too much stuff going on with the dash, and it drives me crazy. So I mean, it's all cool stuff. I love seeing technology, I love seeing that stuff, and it has its place on some cars. But you know, some of these dashes with animated, you know, leaf is a little crazy. You know, some of it's pretty cool. I like the idea of having a digital display. On this, I'm going to be using more of an analog mechanical gauges for the first two. Maybe in the future we can have it all digital or something like that, but we're not really digital, but you know, more like a OLED type setup where everything's kind of a virtual display. So anyway, yeah, so this is more the finalized concept, I think. I mean, really both of them are. I'm thinking about taking the gauge pods more like this rather than like this. So, and Danny's been doing a great job with just taking the thoughts that I have and throwing them on paper. And he's doing some alternate concepts of the car too. Really, really cool stuff. The back end looks awesome on this. So, and it's cool because it really looks like that in the back. I just have to show that. It's cool, I like it. So anyway, so what I got going on today, and I haven't really done it much with clay work, but I've been doing some planning. Excuse me. When I talk, my voice gets all dry, especially when it's like 30 degrees in here and I'm in shorts, of course. So yeah, so today it's just been kind of like a problem solving day with just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this other side. I want to kind of think about both sides at the same time while I'm doing this. So I still have to work on this side more and add the other vent. And then on this side, I need to figure out how the tacks are going to lay and the angle of this right here. So what you see with this crazy contraption is basically what's going to be the main form for putting the clay on that will end up with the result like this. So it looks all crazy now, and this is kind of the some of the stuff that I have to figure out and come up with crazy ideas to, you know, somewhat create a base for me to have something to start with, and it comes up with some piping from Home Depot cut down and stuck in the dash to try to figure out exactly how I'm going to place everything. So this is just part of that creative process, I guess. So I just wanted to show you guys kind of the beginnings of it before you see it, because I know when you see it in the videos, you're gonna be like, what in the world am I doing? And I wonder that all the time. So basically today I just spent the day cutting up the dash, figuring out where I want to place some of this stuff, and just using this tool. God, I love this, you guys. It's just, I don't know, this is like a Sawzall, but it's a one-handed deal, variable. I've talked about it a bunch before. Everybody needs one. I don't know. It's just an awesome tool. I can't say enough good things about it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just kind of going over how I'm going to place and start claying up this other side. So essentially I'm going to use these to create the form for this top part of the dash. And then what I'll do is I'll probably pull all this out, and then I'll be left with like this shell. And I may just cut it down and leave it in. I'm not really sure. So I still have to kind of get the real gauges that I'm going to use and do a test fit of everything. So that's another stage that I'm going to have to go through, is basically go and get the gauges, and then I need to get the correct vents that I want to use too. And then have all that so that I can mold all the clay around the proper components and things. So that's just another challenge and more money. So yeah, so that's about it. Just kind of wanted to cover that and show you guys where this is going, and these are some more concept work, because I still want, I've told you guys before in the past that I want to bring back the side vent that I originally had over here, and so we've been doing some additional concept work on these vents, and so this kind of gives you an idea of where we're going with that. So that will be later. I'm going to do that at the end because it's easier. I still have body work to do up here too, so don't want to put the vents in until the last. It's going to be like the last thing that gets done. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this. Like I said, you guys on YouTube probably aren't seeing a lot of the concept stuff and all the discussions going on with this, but it's there. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I know you guys are like, hurry up and get this thing finished, but this is like a huge project, and it's just it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, and it's just something that definitely no one can really prepare for, especially mostly doing it on your own kind of thing. So yeah, and that's kind of where this is going. And let me know what you think of like these designs right here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to keep the camera back so it doesn't get all blurry, but let me know what you think and everything, and then I'll next video hopefully I'll be adding the clay on this side, so I'll start prepping all this up, and I'll finish up the vents on that side over there, and we'll be good. So alrighty, I'll see you guys next video. Later.